Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle Barrett. I've been a personal stylist for 25 years. I now help people like you build capsule wardrobes that mix and match easily. So today I wanted to talk to you about old money style. Now, what is old money style? You might sort of look at me and say, well, what even is that? So I know that my videos over the last year where I've talked about luxury and I've talked about elegance have been quite popular with you. And old money style is like the epitome of elegance, essentially. It is about those old traditional kind of elegant looks that are timeless, that are perfect for a capsule wardrobe because they just last year and year after year after year. I'm also going to give you some suggestions for key pieces that you might want to consider in your capsule wardrobe if you're looking for that old money kind of style aesthetic. So before I go on, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who is liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think. Let me know what else you'd like to see. I do make notes for everything. I have got a whole line of videos coming up, all based on some of your suggestions. Not only that, head over to the community area. I have just launched a membership there. I am going to be talking about this a lot more in the next few weeks, but it's very new and very fresh, and it's purely because I know some of you have said to me that you would love to have a little bit more help, you need a little bit more help, but maybe my one-on-one services are a little bit out of your reach. So this is a way that you can get direct feedback live every single month by joining that membership. So let's get started. So what is the difference between just elegance and the old money style elegance? Now, in my humble opinion, it is about subtlety. So there are plenty of people and there are plenty of looks out there that can look like they're elegant, can look like they are expensive and everything else, but they don't necessarily fit into that old money style. Now, the old money style is much more about simplicity, it is about elegance, it's about how you wear pieces, it's about timeless pieces predominantly as well. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. So there are several elements, I think, that make up the old money style. One being timeless pieces, like I've already suggested. Secondly, they're often tailored. So when I mean tailored, they are tailored to your size. They are definitely not all this oversized business that's been around recently. They are tailored to you. So that doesn't mean to say that you literally have to go and have something made and have it tailored to you. If you can, that's fantastic. If not, it just means that it actually fits you well. Secondly, it's often about the fabrics. So more often than not, it's about more natural type end of the fabrics rather than the man-made ones. So think wool, cashmere, silk, cotton, linen, for example. All of those fabrics, I feel, kind of embody that old money style. So it's almost about getting back to basics, really. And it's about those classic kind of timeless basics, which actually mix and match together really well, but then also can go with other elements in your wardrobe as well. So let's say, for example, you decide one day you want to go for the old money style, and then the next day you want to have something slightly brighter. Often those old money pieces that you would add to this kind of wardrobe for this kind of aesthetic do mix and match with other items really well as well. So it's about classic timeless pieces in classic timeless cuts as well. So not only is it about the fabrics being quite natural, and the colours tend to be more neutral as well. So most of the colours that you'll find in an old money style collection or old money style aesthetic tend to be more neutral colours. In addition, the cuts tend to be quite traditional as well. So for example, you wouldn't get a pair of skinny jeans in an old money style aesthetic. It would more likely be a straight leg or maybe slightly wider, although you'd probably unlikely get a very wide leg as well. I think the other thing that's really important about old money style is there's not loads of flesh on show either. So we wouldn't have plunging necklines alongside really short skirts. You might might have a short skirt worn with, you know, a sweater or something like that, but the way it would be worn would be very, very sophisticated. So it's about several elements really, partly the tailoring, partly the fit, it needs to fit well, partly the colours are quite neutral, the fabrics tend to be more natural, and the cut tends to be quite traditional and moving away from any kind of trends that are coming out. Now, the interesting thing is, the old money style has actually been around for quite a while now, and it's sort of come back in, and it's just been kind of sitting in the background a little bit. So besides those really, really strong trends that you get, where you get, you know, really, really baggy jeans or really skinny jeans, for example, or crazy things like I've mentioned recently, where you get one leg that's a short and the other leg that's a full length jean, we definitely wouldn't find any of that in the old money style. It is much more traditional than that. The other thing that often happens with old money style is your outfit is linked together with accessories. The accessories are quite understated again. They don't need to scream money. They don't need to scream look at me. They're quiet. They sit in the background. They function very well, and often you would match maybe a belt with a pair of shoes and also your bag, or you might even match it through to a band on a hat. You definitely link those accessories together. There wouldn't be anything crazy pattern wise or color wise. Again, it would be quite neutral and probably simply in leather. So next I want to talk to you about 6 simple pieces which I think embody that old money style. Now, number 1 is a silk shirt, a simple silk button down shirt. Now this could be in ivory, it could be in white, it could be in black, it could be in navy, it could be in a silver grey. Think about the colours that you've got in your wardrobe, but preferably choose something that is in one of the more of those neutral tones. Now, the reason why I suggest a silk shirt is because the way it catches the light, the way it moves on the body, the way it fits, it looks like luxury straight away. And not only that, but whatever you wear it with, it will embody that old money style. Even if you wear it with a pair of jeans, or you wear it with some trousers, or you wear it with a skirt, that silk shirt immediately kind of exudes some sort of kind of classic timeless style, which gives you that kind of aesthetic you're looking for. So yeah, look for something in silk. I know some of you'll find that that's out of your budget. If that is the case, then maybe look at something like viscose, which can look quite similar. Or look for a fabric that has that silk feel. Now, what I will say, I'm not talking about satin, I am talking about silk. So look for something that has that silk feel rather than that satin feel, because satin sometimes can look okay, but sometimes it is too kind of shiny and too sort of polyester looking, so it kind of moves away from that look that we want to kind of embody if you're looking for this particular style. So yeah, look at something that maybe is in viscose, or alternatively look at pre-loved. So look at apps like Vinted or eBay or Poshmark and see if you can find something which fits you from one of those apps, and then you'll be able to get it for a better price. Not only that, but if you're going to buy this silk shirt, it should fit you, it should be tailored to you, which often means that it will have darts, kind of for women, it will have darts running down the back to give it a bit of shape. It shouldn't be big and loose and baggy, it shouldn't be floppy around the arms, it should be just tailored to you. That doesn't mean to say it needs to cling to you, it doesn't need to be really fitted, but it doesn't need to be really loose at all. Just a simple, regular fit silk shirt with a collar, a decent collar. Cuffs can be either double cuffed or solo cuffed, and the buttons down. Something really simple. It is absolutely one of the best pieces that you could have in a wardrobe looking for old money style. Next up, again, is in silk, is a silk neck scarf. Now, reason why I really like the silk neck scarves, you can kind of wear them just inside your shirt. If you're wearing a t-shirt, you can tie it up to the side here. I'm actually going to do a video about tying and wearing scarves, actually, because recently one of you commented and said, you know, I really like this look, but I struggle with how to kind of tie things. So I'm going to do a video about that as well, so look out for that. But a simple silk neck scarf. Now, I honestly think that actually this is one of the few areas with the old money style where you can introduce some other colours. So you could kind of introduce some emerald greens, some cobalt blues, some bright reds, some golden yellows, you know, whatever colours you think would kind of work for your wardrobe. But a simple silk neck scarf works really well. Like I say, you can either have it around the neck or you could even tie it around your bag sometimes. Sometimes people do that. But it adds something extra. So if you've even got a t-shirt on, or you've got a cotton shirt, for example, you replace the white cotton shirt with the one I suggested in silk, it just lifts that outfit as well. Now, one thing I will say with your neck scarf, have one of the colours in that print on your neck scarf match somewhere through to somewhere else in your outfit. So whether it's an accessory, belt, shoes, bag, or whether it's a pair of trousers or a skirt or wherever it is, but have one of the colours in the print on that neck scarf match somewhere else through to the rest of your outfit. Now, similarly to the silk shirt, if it's something you find quite expensive, definitely look in pre-loved stores. You will find silk neck scarves or neck scarves that have that feeling of silk, because there are plenty of them out there. They don't necessarily need to be silk, but have that feeling of silk in charity shops, in pre-loved stores, all over. They are everywhere. So just try a few on and kind of tuck it into the neck of a shirt. And I honestly think that is one of the key pieces that you can own, key accessories that you can own in your wardrobe if you're looking for that old money style. It works every single time. It just immediately, as it's tucked into that neck, immediately it gives that look. Now, the next one I think is a really good one for a old money style capsule wardrobe is a pair of tailored trousers. Now, I know some of you will probably have worn them all your life for work and you're like, oh, I really don't want to have to wear them anymore. And if that is the case, look at some of the options that are in kind of gentler fabrics that have got a little bit more give in them. There's quite a lot of that around now. But if you have a bit of a tummy, look for something that's flat fronted. Avoid anything with pleats. Slanted pockets is also better if you're big around the hips rather than pockets that come out at all. We don't want any pockets down the side of the leg, just simple tailored trousers. Now, if you're not sure about your body type and what works for you, etc., definitely get in touch with me for a consultation. I will put a link here, and I can also talk to you about how I might be able to help you with colour as well. I know a few of you are doing that and I'm meeting you and it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying meeting you, genuinely. So I can then help you about what styles and cuts of trousers and colours, etc. will work for you. But definitely go for, as a general rule, go for a straight or slightly wider leg and have them full length as well. Avoid all this 3/4 length nonsense as well. Unfortunately, have them full length. Have them, if you are quite petite, have them cut to the shoes that you decide to wear. So if you're wearing flat shoes or heels or whatever it is, have the length cut to that as well, because then that elongates your leg. And go for a medium waisted. So I won't say go for high waisted. I definitely wouldn't say go for low waisted with old money style. Sometimes high waisted works okay, but it doesn't work okay for every type of body type. So on this occasion, I'd say go for medium waisted and flat fronted if you've got a bit of a tummy, and slanted pockets if you're a bit hippie as well. So again, go for a neutral colour. Now, I would look for something that has a wool base to it, or has a cashmere base to it, something of a natural fabric as much as possible, but then maybe with a slight mix in it, maybe a slight cotton mix to it or a slight silk mix to it. But look for something that is really kind of looks really well structured. It isn't floppy, the fabric's structured and it hangs really well. And again, go for those neutral colours. Now, one thing I will say usually works best. Now, the only time it doesn't is maybe with jeans. White jeans tends to work quite well for this old money style, but with the trousers, just straightforward kind of tailored trousers, I would usually go darker than what your top is. Now, the only colour that I can think of which maybe you wouldn't is kind of very much that sort of beige, kind of slightly warm beige. I will show you some images of that here as well. Slightly warm beige colour can work really well for that old money style, but if not, I'd go for black or navy, and even kind of maybe a stone colour, but definitely stick to those neutral colours. So next up is a really similar one to what I've just mentioned, and that's a tailored coat. Now, a tailored coat could be whatever you want it to be wherever you are. So let's say it could be a blazer, it doesn't have to be a coat. It kind of depends on the climate you live in and what suits your wardrobe and what you do as well. But a tailored blazer or a tailored coat, so again, we don't want anything oversized, we don't need anything that's too clingy, we definitely don't want things where you're doing up the button, it's stretching across your middle. You want something that fits you really well. Now, if again you have a bit of a tummy, definitely go for single-breasted. I would say for most people, single-breasted is the safest option, unless you know that double-breasted really works for you, because it draws the eye downwards and it doesn't add extra material around your middle. So look for something which, if it's a coat, that it kind of comes in at the waist and then it could gently flare out, or it could just be quite tailored, just having a gentle kind of shape to it going all the way down the body. But you don't have to have anything that's too kind of crazy, that's got crazy buttons on it, really big lapels, that's really loose and baggy, that sort of ties up sloppily. It needs to be tailored. Now, the biggest thing that I will say about this, whether it's a blazer or whether it is a coat, and this is really important, you have to be really careful about what colour you pick, because obviously with a coat or a blazer you are wearing it over the top of lots of other outfits, so it needs to go with a lot of items in your wardrobe. So whatever colour you pick for your blazer or your coat, make sure it is in a colour that will go well with the rest of your wardrobe. I would generally suggest something again a little bit darker, a bit like the trousers, because it tends to wear better, but it's entirely up to you and what works with your wardrobe. But you know, like a navy blue, it could even be as well like a trench coat, like a really tailored lovely trench coat could work equally as well. If not, if it's a trench coat, then obviously go for cotton or wax cotton. If it is a coat, I would definitely go for wool, go for natural fabrics as much as possible, with maybe a slight mix in it if you have to go down that route. Again, if you are looking for something it is a bit out of your budget, definitely look at pre-loved, because you can find something absolutely beautiful with that. I did that myself. I was looking for a tailored coat. I wanted something in charcoal grey. I know exactly the type of thing I was looking for. It took me about 1.5 years to find it, but when I did, I bought it pre-loved. It was about £60, equivalent to about $80 US, and that was a Dolce & Gabbana coat, and every single time I wear it, people always comment on how beautiful it is. So if you can find those pieces, and often, you know, that key piece like a jacket or a blazer or a coat can work really well, and it can lift the rest of the outfit as well. So I would choose something that's either blazer, so kind of that hits at the top of the hip, or something that's longer that either goes to the knee or even slightly long or halfway down the calf. I wouldn't go for things generally that sort of hit halfway along the thigh, because that doesn't tend to embody the old money style. So it tends to be kind of knee or slightly longer. So if that's in a coat or a trench coat. Now, next up is quite an interesting one, and it doesn't mean to say that you can't wear heels, but I'm going to go for flat shoes. Now, the reason why I say this is because old money style doesn't tend to include like things like trainers or more sports shoes. So if you are going for the old money style, and if a woman was embodying this old money style, she would probably go for flat shoes that are comfortable. So think kind of loafers, or you know, or even ballet flats, something like that, that's much more comfortable than having heels, but that you can kind of go about and do your business every day. If you think about kind of like Princess Diana in the 1980s and early 90s, she was often seen in kind of loafers and things like that with those kind of trousers, and she kind of embodied that old money style for a period in the late 80s, early 90s. So yeah, loafers work really well. Now, one thing I will say, and I've kind of mentioned this before right at the beginning, if you are going to get any accessory, make sure it matches through to the rest of your outfit. So if you decide to go for kind of like a nude loafer, or whether you go for beige or navy or black or maybe a cognac brown, again, think of those very neutral colors, but match it through to the rest of your outfit. So, you know, make sure your bag matches through. If you're wearing a belt, make sure it matches through to your belt as well. The other thing that I sometimes do, and I think also works quite well, and it's quite detailed, but often it's tiny little details that make all the difference, and that is if there's any hardware, metalware on your shoes or on your bag or on your belt, that you match that through in the same color as well. So if it's a gold color, you match that through. If it's bronze, you match it through. If it's silver, you match it through. And I would even link that through to jewelry as well. Jewelry, just for the record, with the old money style, would be quite understated. It wouldn't be like really in your face. It'd be quite gentle and understated. So, you know, a bracelet matching a pair of earrings or a necklace or vice versa. But again, if you're wearing the silver in your jewelry, then I would match that through to the metalwork on your accessories as well. Now, last but not least, I couldn't really do a video like this without mentioning bags. So again, I think go for something that's quite simple. Avoid all these kind of crazy trends. You can kind of go for two options here. Either go for a simple clutch if it's something for more towards the evening. If it's day wear, then go for something a little bit like this Teddy Blake bag, which I've got here, which Teddy Blake sent to me recently. So look for classic, timeless, very well made bags that are made in 100% leather. The Teddy Blake is fantastic for that because they make all their bags in Italian leather and their quality is absolutely top notch. So again, if it's not something you can afford, definitely have a look at Pre-Loved. You can find some really amazing bags Pre-Loved. But again, think about what your accessories are and how you're going to match it through to the rest of your outfit. If you're actually looking to build a capsule wardrobe, whether it be an old money style or just looking for a refresh, definitely download my free capsule wardrobe guide because it asks you questions. You can fill it out as you go along and it really helps you focus on what to keep, what to remove and where the gaps might be in your wardrobe. So I'll put the link to that here. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see. Let me know the key pieces you've got in your wardrobe and what you see as being old money style. You know, if there's items that you see that are different to what I've suggested today, I welcome your comments. Also, let me know what else you'd like to see. Let me know where you are at with your wardrobe and like and subscribe because all of that really helps me bring more content to you. So I hope you have a wonderful week wherever you are and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.